Hello and welcome to the Parenting Tools podcast. My name is Jason.
And my name is Jordan, and this is the podcast where myself and Jason have a chat about dad life. If you are tuning in, wanting relatable parenting content, maybe you don't want someone telling you the answers, welcome to the right place. Because we haven't got the answers.
I felt like that was an introduction to the wireless then. Welcome to the wireless.
The Germans have surrendered.
Sweet, I'm so tired of you. Sweet, I'm so tired of you treating me this way. I'm sick and then I'm...
Well, Jason, we say it all the time, but we're back again.
Back again.
I think because you've been on holiday, it feels like I've not seen you for a while.
I mean, I haven't seen you for a while.
It's been like 2 weeks.
It's a while.
But if I'd just not seen you for 2 weeks normally, it would feel like 2 weeks. But because you've been...
Yeah, because I've actually been somewhere. It feels like a lot's happened.
Different time zone.
Yeah, an hour difference.
An hour difference. But a lot has happened between now and the last time we recorded.
Yep.
It's a bank holiday today. Well, yesterday, sorry. If you're an international listener, bank holiday is basically a public holiday. Everywhere's closed, shops closed. We don't go to work. Mm-hmm. And in the UK, it hasn't rained for about 6 weeks. Until yesterday. And it's absolutely cacked it down. Typical.
Was it raining where you were yesterday?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, it was. I was out in the rain. Yeah.
Yep. So what'd you get up to over the bank holiday weekend?
We went to a little theme park, extended family and friends. It was nice.
How extended are they?
Not that extended.
Yeah.
Special guest Dan.
Oh, yeah, brother-in-law.
Yeah. And then just some friends.
Just family and friends.
Your family and friends. Yeah. Family and friends is a much better way to say it. But it was one of those where I was having a really good parenting day.
Oh, smashing.
And
I had one of those once.
Yeah. It felt really good not like the other parents were struggling.
Yeah.
But it felt good not to be like in panic mode when you're with other people with kids. It was like, great. Granted, my daughter was very easy. She's very well behaved.
Yeah.
Lovely day. But actually, like, you know, when you get to the end of one of those days and you're absolutely exhausted.
Yeah.
It's fine. It was great. It was lovely.
Yeah. I feel, so I've had today off as well. So I've had 2 activity days with the kids. And it was full on and I am tired. But I feel quite energized. Just being around the kids and doing fun stuff. We went to Tropical World yesterday.
What does that consist of?
Just tropics.
Not Tropicana World.
Not tropical. No, that would be incredible though.
Just juice testing.
Just juice testing. That would be awesome. It's like a tropical animal zoo almost.
I was imagining like palm trees.
There were some palm trees. You'd have loved it. Went
tree.
there yesterday. Went swimming. Took the kids swimming again today. Did some jobs around the house. But I think their energy has rubbed off on me. I feel quite energized by being around them. Did have a little nap on the sofa this afternoon as well. So that might have
that's amazing.
Contributed.
Well, in contrast, so yesterday I had an amazing parenting day. Today, not so much.
Oh, no.
Nope.
Gone.
As we're filming in my house, and as I came down, you were already here because I texted you to let yourself in. I said, I'm not proud of the way I've parented tonight.
We've all done it.
And it wasn't bad by any, like, it's bad by my own standards. It's just not me.
Yeah.
Because I am just tired. And it's that I had such a good day yesterday. And in contrast, like, you hold yourself to really high standards, don't you? But yeah, today was just, I could not be bothered. No one to go to the park. It was tipping it down.
Yep.
So we did it. Got in all the waterproof clothes, which I said they're not waterproof. Like, it's a wind protector. It's not going to keep you dry. No, it's waterproof. Okay. Went to the park. I went down the slide, soaking wet. We came home. It's fun. It was fun memories.
Wasn't waterproof.
No, but that was all fun.
Yeah.
But I couldn't. I was trying extra hard to be fun. I just couldn't be bothered.
Are you solo parenting all day, or just this evening?
No, just this evening.
Yep.
It was tag teaming this morning because it's half term.
It is half term.
Yeah, so we were tag teaming, taking some time off work, and I finished early on a Monday and Tuesday, which is nice. But yeah, so it was just, I did feel a bit sorry for her because I put her in front of the TV a lot today.
Yeah.
Just after yesterday, one of my friends asked me about screen time. And I was like, we tried to limit to 1 hour. Today, she's had like 6.
Yeah, just got to do what you got to do sometimes.
So to that person, I lied to you.
It was true yesterday.
It was true yesterday.
Well, I've been baking today.
Oh.
And with that in mind, got you a little gift. Brought a gift with me.
No way, really?
Okay. This is a brownie.
Normal.
Yes. Well, it's
No way.
I suppose it is some sort of outer space brownie. It's a Mars brownie.
Mate, they are proper.
Mate, dive in. Have a little, indulge in that. So myself and Milo, we had a little baking day today. This is
It is a proper
brownie with Aldi's rip-off Mars in. Let me know your verdict.
That's proper good.
I thought so too. Hence why I brought them.
Yeah, that's really good.
The only person more surprised than you is me. Because I was
If we're
pleasantly
being
surprised.
pedantic, it's more cake than brownie.
Yeah,
But I prefer that.
I'm still figuring it out. We haven't got the right tin.
I prefer that texture.
We haven't
That's
got the
lovely.
right.
I'm
we
going to
haven't got
save
the right
that and
tin,
have that
mate.
with a glass of milk.
But yeah, got ChatGPT to give me a little
Oh, mate.
Mars brownie recipe.
I've got a whole folder now on ChatGPT called Jason's Cookbook,
Oh, lovely.
giving it all the instructions that I need. It's got my bread recipes in there.
Oh yeah, how's the bread going? I wanted to ask about this.
Haven't made one since I've been back from holiday,
Yeah.
but my mother-in-law has a rosemary bush in her garden.
Oh,
And
lovely.
so I'm going to get some fresh
I
rosemary.
think I've got one of those.
I'm going to make a rosemary and garlic.
Yeah, I've got some rosemary. I
There
don't know
you
why
go.
I'm so shocked at my own.
So at the moment, I've tried an overnight proof for the bread makers out there. Not a fan of that because I can't get it right. The 1 hour proof, boom, lovely. So big fan of the bread. I've also got other people to make it, and it's a joy.
Oh, lovely.
I do fear that I went really hard at the beginning,
Mm.
and now I'm just going to stop
You did go big.
every day.
What was it? 5 loaves in 4 days or something?
Yeah, it was big.
It was. Before we get into actual parenting content, we went to London for a day, didn't we?
Oh, we did.
We did.
Yeah, we recorded an episode with, some of you remember, Dan Blythe was on the podcast. Dan and his wife Charlie have started their own parenting podcast.
The Young Cubs Parenting
Young
Podcast.
Cubs. And we went on a little expedition
We did.
to London. That's very far. Lots of training. And I thought, first of all, I said, Jordan, I'm going to try and book you your first class experience on the train.
I was so excited. I was so excited.
And the reason I did this, not because of any snobbery, it's because the trains from up here, like, always mess up. They're always shorter than they're meant to be. Like, there's less carriages. So usually the only way to guarantee a seat is first class. Unfortunately, it was a very short form one.
Very short train. And you said to me, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And for context, it was £9 more expensive when I looked. And you said to me, you get breakfast, you get drinks. And I thought, well, that's well worth the £9.
Yep.
Got on the train. The service wasn't running that day because people were stood up. I got a seat, so I can't complain. But I didn't have breakfast, so I got to get my £9 worth.
I had breakfast before your stop as well.
I was starving.
They served it.
I was so
just
hungry.
before you got there.
I ended up getting a McDonald's breakfast when we arrived.
Oh, I had a mare that morning. There was people having arguments all around me.
Oh, they were
I didn't know what to
literally
do.
over you.
Yeah. I left my phone charger at home. Forgot to charge my phone.
Oh, mate. Yeah, you had to buy a phone charger.
It
Oh,
was
I had to buy a phone charger.
because I couldn't pay
because
for
you
anything.
couldn't pay for it.
But yeah, it was a good trip to London. And
It was, yeah.
on the way to the studio, we went into the wrong place.
We got... We did. We got the wrong address. Now I'm going to say Dan sold us. I'm going to say he sold us short. We followed the address on Dan's instructions, and we got there. We went in, and I said, "We're here to see Dan Blythe," and she said, "We don't have any members by the name Dan Blythe." And I thought, members? Like, do you have to be a member to?
So I thought our monthly
record?
subscription
Yeah, do you have to be a
sounds like a
member
great
to-
model.
And we were recording with one of Dan's friends, Tebo, on the episode. I said, Tebo? They said, no. But she said it, word for word. She said, we don't have any members here by that name, baby. And I thought, I'm in the wrong place. As soon as she called me baby and said it in that tone, so I said, is this... What? I said, what number is this? She said 59. I can't remember where we were meant to be.
Yeah.
I said, we're in the wrong place. We quickly escaped. You quickly Googled the place. Turns out we were in a gentleman's club.
Do you know what I was thinking? I've got Find My Friends on my phone that my whole family has access to.
Oh, gosh.
They know I was going to London
Yeah.
for a special event that day.
If anyone had checked in
Yeah.
just on that moment, just to
Yeah.
see if you'd arrived safely.
Yeah.
Good job your phone wasn't working. So anyway, look out for the Young Cubs parenting podcast, Father's Day special, because we're on it.
We are.
Young Cubs spelled YUNG. Young Cubs parenting podcast on all platforms. Quick bit of admin, Jase, before we dive in. The football season has ended.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool won the Premier League, which of course I'm delighted about. And we had our top tools fantasy football league running this year.
Did we?
We did indeed. And the winner was Freddie K with the Chem Dog Millionaires. However, well, big congratulations to Freddie, who quite frankly wiped the floor with the whole league. We had a message from Ryan in August saying, I quote, Jordan, I'll buy you a beer if you beat me in the league. Ryan, you owe me a beer.
Really?
I'm cashing in, keeping that receipt.
Was I in that league?
No, I don't think you were.
Good, yeah, because I don't remember doing it.
Well, we'll do it again. It was good fun. So yeah, big shout out to Freddie K and the Chem Dog Millionaires for absolutely smashing the Top Tools Fantasy League. So Jase, before we get into your holiday and everything you've done, I know you're going to tell us some top tips about Paris. You're going to tell us
Top tips.
why England is rubbish compared to France.
Yep, it is. Spoiler.
What are your top tips for traveling for parents? Anything practical that our listeners can take away?
I think my number one is make everything like part of the holiday. Make it all fun. So traveling to the airport, we made that into an extra part of the holiday.
Yep.
And like it was a nightmare. We took the train up to Leeds. It took us hours, but it was so fun. No, I had such a great time because we made it into like a big adventure. And it was just that the whole way through in my mind, it was like, this is for her.
Yep.
Like, and that's what this holiday was about. Like, there are some holidays where you just need to relax, you need to get away. This one was just, I just want her to have an amazing time.
Yeah.
And that was at the forefront of my mind the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, it changed how I approached everything. And that was the best.
Yeah.
That was number one. Number two, pack for the plane.
That's a good one.
It's just very practical. Think about what you're going to do.
It's a job in itself.
Yeah. Make sure you are sufficiently suited with activities for your child. Or an iPad with headphones.
Yeah.
Not against that.
Don't be afraid to use screens.
No, it's great.
Don't be afraid to go for it. Yes, there might be a bit of, what's the word? Like reintegration, coming back to real life, like weaning.
I don't know. I think kids understand holiday.
Yeah.
I think they intuitive, and this is not normal. This is different. When you come back home, you're back into routine.
You go, oh, that was a special treat for the plane. Yeah.
Yeah. And then number three for us was routine was out the window. And that, it depends how old your child is. But like Noah was 4. We was like, you can stay up as long as you can.
Yeah.
Like if you're still functioning, great. That was it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, everything was just a lot more relaxed. A lot more leeway.
Yeah. I think one of mine would be, yes, have a plan. Yes, try to stick to it, but be prepared to go off script.
100%. There was one day that we'd made the enormous walk to the bus station from Centre Parks to get the bus to Disney. It took us about 45 minutes to get there. We were already about 2 hours late, running behind schedule. And then when we got there, special guest Dan realised that they didn't have any baby food for the day.
Ooh.
So he had to run back to the holiday home and get the next bus.
Fuming.
Just be willing to be flexible. George, last week,
Last week.
I went on a bit of an expedition.
You did indeed.
Family holiday.
How was it?
Delightful.
I've got some questions.
Well, go on then.
So tell us first where you went, what you did, because we did have a quick episode on this, didn't we?
We did. So we went to Paris. We stayed at Centre Parcs in Paris. And
Bonjour.
we also went to Disneyland on a few days.
Lovely.
Absolute mad one. I went with my in-laws and brother and sister-in-law, their kids. And then when they went home, we stayed a few extra days.
I've got some questions for you. Firstly, did you have a good time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Easy. Next.
Out of 10, what are we saying?
It's a different like type of holiday. It wasn't relaxing.
Yeah.
It was lots of fun, lots of joy, not a lot of chilling out.
Yeah. A lot of walking, isn't there, Disney?
28,000 steps a day.
Whoa.
It's good though. Really good time. I'm gonna say an 8 out of 10. Room for improvement.
What was the room for improvement?
Food.
Just generally,
Disney.
or is it French cuisine?
I've got a few notes on this.
Come on.
General French cuisine, lovely. When you're out, lovely. When you're in Disneyland, shocking. Like really bad. Like you can spend €20 on a sandwich, which is just a Mickey Mouse shape pretzel with a bit of cheese and a bit of ham in it. It's really dry. That's €20.
I know it's Disneyland, but they really big up Mickey Mouse, don't they?
I was saying that, like, all the films and all the TV shows of Mickey Mouse are rubbish.
Yeah. Is Mickey Mouse overrated?
The sandwiches definitely are. The food is shocking.
So when we went a few years ago, we did this, queued up for like 45 minutes, got some bang average food for loads of money. So the next day we just, at breakfast at the hotel, just filled up our bag with like
That is the way to do it.
pastries and stuff. And my mum and dad were like, "You're not going to have lunch with us?" I just went, "No." It took so long and it was rubbish. So we just ate our food in a queue for a ride. And then the ride broke down. Got free passes to go back. COVID happened.
No.
Twice. Never went back.
Wow.
I know.
I should have taken them.
Should've.
Yeah, I think maybe 8's even a bit generous. Noah had an amazing... She loved it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to pass a proper judgment until I've been to the American one.
Oh, I bet it's... Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Oh, I bet.
I've not been, but...
But that 8 would be shooting down. You've done Orlando, though, haven't you?
Yeah, which is what I'm basing my assumption on.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet it's...
But yeah, it was lovely. It was a lovely time, lovely holiday. Everyone enjoyed it.
So I've got some questions for you. How was it with other kids? Because I know that you went with your brother-in-law, sister-in-law. They've got younger boys.
Yep.
So what did you do? Just kind of stick together, or was it split up?
So we tried to stick together as much as possible,
Yep.
which when you've got a baby is very slow. Not a lot of movement going on.
Yeah.
That's my feedback. Tips, tricks next time. Take that into consideration.
What do you mean?
As in, if you move as a group, you move slower.
Yeah.
Much slower. Also, the diverse opinion of what to do.
Yep.
Even when
This is what I thought.
even when you're on the same page, someone has to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like you don't want to be the person just bossing everyone about.
Yeah.
Like it was really lovely. We all went like our separate ways as well at different points. Like actually wasn't stressful. It was lovely.
Yeah.
But it was like just going with the big group. Like there are a few people like having arguments around Disney, and you could tell why. It's very stressful sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when you spent that much money. Like, and you've got to have a good time.
Got to enjoy it. It's magical.
It's like the first. So we were there at Disney for 2 days as a big group. The first day we were all manic, trying to see as much as we could. Second day was much chiller.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
So I think when I went to Drayton Manor a couple of weeks ago, went with my sister and her boys. I think I mentioned this. They could go on a lot of the rides, whereas our youngest couldn't. So it's you try to stick together, but not everyone can do the same thing.
Yeah.
So eventually you go, I'm going to go this way. You go. Did you sort of have that?
Yeah. Yeah, a few times. And it's like just, we were trying not to mention rides that the youngest ones couldn't go on and like just maneuver it that way.
Yeah.
But it was fine. It wasn't stressful.
Yeah.
It was just, I think there was a collective recognition of we remember holidays without the kids.
Yeah.
And like there was definitely some tensions of going, I really want to do that, but can't do that because of the kids.
Yep.
Not like me, but as in that was everyone probably had that moment. Like, oh, I'd really like to have done that, but actually, it's for the kids.
Yeah,
and it was completely for them. It's great.
What was your favourite ride you went on?
Star Tours. It's a Star Wars themed ride, as you could probably tell. But it's like a screen, like a 4D cinema.
Yeah, I think I know the one.
That's pretty much it. But we won it 3 or 4 times with Noah. She loved it.
Yeah,
and it was a different one every time.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you felt like you were getting different.
Also had
experience.
the quickest queue.
Oh,
10
nice.
minutes. So
Yeah.
worst ride, completely overrated. Peter Pan. 55 minutes that queue was.
Don't think I remember that one.
Everyone goes to it because it's nostalgic. Just skip it. Watch it on YouTube. Save yourself some money.
I enjoyed the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
That was Noah's favourite.
Nice little chill out.
Yeah, that
Especially if
was
it's
lovely.
sunny, it's in the cave. Get a bit of a breeze.
Yeah. I did think, if you've ever been to Disneyland Paris and on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, that'd be the best place if you're playing hide and seek.
Oh,
So you could just jump off halfway through.
drown.
On one of the actual like sides. No one would find you for days.
Can you get off? Oh, no, you can't. But
You're not strapped in.
yeah,
You could just...
if you're a rule breaker,
Yeah. Not law-abiding citizens.
I reckon there'd be some sort of alarm
It's probably just cameras.
that went off. Get back in the boat.
Bit in French.
Yeah. Je t'aime le bot. I think that was I love the bottom, maybe? I'm not too sure. Other question I have. So you went with other parents.
See.
So Dan, Becky. So albeit your family and you're close,
Yes.
did you notice any parenting differences?
Yeah. Like, it's very different probably because we do a lot of stuff together. So we're around each other quite a lot. So it's a very natural thing. There are differences in like how we do discipline,
Yep.
but we are all like, so when I've got my nephews or nephew, not the baby doesn't get discipline, like it's just, he'll go with whatever Noah's used to.
Yep.
And when Noah's with them, she'll do with whatever they're used to.
Yeah.
But it's all very similar. So there are slight differences, but I think we're around each other so much that we're all just happy to chip in.
Yeah.
I did make a mistake. My nephew Jax was so overtired once after swimming. We were left to take him home, and I thought it would be a great chance to buy them candy floss.
What time was this?
8 o'clock. He was buzzing.
Mate.
He got home. And it's so funny. So when we got home, I went upstairs to go have a shower and stuff. And then I heard the next day that he was like dancing on the dining room table at like 8:30.
Oh,
Like just naked, just throwing stuff around.
Oh my
And that was
word.
entirely my fault.
Oh dear me.
But I thought it was holiday.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's holiday.
Yeah.
Let's have some sugar at night time.
I think like if you're going with friends, it's different. Or
Yeah.
if you don't see them like very often, it's helpful to get that dynamic, like just get it out in the open and it's like really clear, and even helpful are just things like telling them, like you can tell them off if they're being naughty, like just give you that freedom, because otherwise it's really awkward.
I think there's a lot of, when it comes to traveling with kids, I think lowering your expectations is probably a good idea in terms of, right, if I do this, then this will happen.
Yeah.
Well, it might not. You know, if I give them some colouring in, they'll sit still. You're in an airport and people are walking around. They're probably going to walk around as well. So it's things like that. Maybe not lowering your expectations, but giving your kids and yourselves more leeway and grace than maybe you usually would.
Oh, yeah.
I think that will give you a much nicer time of it.
Absolutely.
I think
so too. I've got some things that I wrote down. I noticed the difference between Paris and England.
Lovely.
England, because we went to multiple parts of England, because that's where I'm from.
Very familiar.
In England, the Wi-Fi sucks everywhere. Public Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
In Paris, free Wi-Fi is great.
Wow.
Everywhere.
Okay. That's not something I've heard about Paris.
Along the same lines, phone signal sucks in England.
Yep.
Hit or miss. Paris, signal's great.
Just hit.
Everywhere. Like, and I use my phone quite a lot in London. Signal is awful in some places. Paris, fantastic.
Oh, so you're comparing city with city.
City.
Fair. That's a fair comparison.
I just have one comment next to England. And this could be the same of Paris, but it's not what I saw. I just put dirty.
What England is.
Yeah. This could be because we flew from Paris airport to Luton.
Right.
And like in the Paris airport, there's PlayStation 5s where you're waiting. It's immaculate. It's clean. You land in Luton and there's literal poo on the walls.
Putin.
Yeah. And just like in the toilet. Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew you were back in England.
Oh, gosh.
Now, I imagine some places in Paris like that as well.
Yeah.
But the airports, come on. Now, the Parisians, like, understanding and use of English is, like, shameful for the Brits.
Oh, mate, absolutely.
It is so good. Like,
Yep.
I just feel so stupid. I learned, like, a tiny bit of French when I was there. That was it. I felt so ashamed.
I think I said this recently. I went to Belgium. I can't remember when it was, a few months ago now. And when I was there, I would lead my conversations with, do you speak English? Now, if a Dutch person came over here for holiday,
Yeah.
they came up to me and went, do you speak Dutch? 9 times out of 10, I'd say, do you speak English? They'd go, yeah. And the 1 time out of 10, they'd go, a little bit, and it would be incredible.
Yeah.
If someone said to me, do you speak Dutch? I'd be like, no.
Sprechen de Dutch?
What are you doing?
Is that even Dutch?
Of course, I think that was German. I'd be like, of course not.
I know how to say a few choice words in Spanish.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just I feel appalled at myself. Am I going to learn another language? Not currently.
And then I think, well, when I'm here, I'm going to learn some. And then it gets to the point where you don't need it, so you just don't bother.
Yeah, that's probably how we feel. Some pro things for England. Great for a milk allergy.
Great for a milk allergy.
Yeah. France, terrible for a milk allergy.
They've not got...
They don't know how to spell the word milk.
Not got allergies there.
They do, but just everything's got cheese in
No
it.
one cares.
There are some things that have milk in, but it's just like difficult.
How do they spell milk?
Not M-I-L-K.
This is backing up the other point. All this stuff in the fridge is in foreign.
That was my joke.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Oh, sorry.
What is milk in French? Leche?
Lait?
Con leche? What's leche?
It's a town in Italy.
There we go. This is just a general comment for the restaurants at the Paris airport, just in case anyone's listening that makes those decisions.
Okay.
All of the eateries
Yeah.
sell the same baguettes. If there's 4 different shops, they should sell different things. I don't want the same. I literally walked the length of a football field to discover they're all the same sandwiches, different brands.
How do you know it was the length of a football field? Did you phone pop up and say, you've walked the length of a football field?
It was a good 5-minute walk, one way.
Football field isn't that long. I don't think it would take you 5 minutes. You've done yourself a disservice.
That's including stopping and looking at the sandwiches.
You've done the stadium tour.
Yeah. I was so outraged at this. I love a baguette. I love a baguette. I love a sandwich. I love a baguette. But I want some variety. There is no variety.
You're so English. All these French shops just sell baguettes.
No.
Where's the milk?
I don't mind a baguette. I just want something other than a ham and cheese baguette. Give me some variety. Give me some chicken and bacon. Give me some pesto. Anything.
You're after a panini.
I'm after variety. That is one thing the UK does really well. Variety.
Diversity.
Yep. Also, one thing the UK does well, and this because it was at the airport, Greg's. I put Greg's down.
Scusi. Do you
The difference between
do you sell steak bake?
the difference between the English airport is you walk in, there's a Greg's and like all the usual places.
All the franchises.
Go to Paris. There's baguettes and there's fine dining with like macaroons.
Oh, macaroons are everywhere. Yeah.
I was like, where's the like chicken bake?
Where's the unhealthy stuff? Civil, please.
I was up for trying some Parisian cuisine.
Oh,
All they had were those dry baguettes. I was upset. Last 2 points.
Oh, mate, I'm having a great time.
This is another point for England.
Okay.
Specifically, some of the supermarkets. I've mentioned this before.
Are you keeping score here?
No.
Okay, because I think so far it's like 4-1 to Paris.
Yeah, but some of
The
them are
one
weighted.
being Greg's.
Yeah, that's fair. England hasn't come off very well in this one, apart from this 1 point. Supermarket layouts.
Yeah.
Appalling in Paris.
Yeah.
Just did not make sense.
Sort of. You're talking.
If you're writing a shopping list, you write things chronologically. Do you not?
What, in time order of when they happened?
Like,
I'm going to start with tinned goods before I move to the
that's
allergies.
like when you're shopping for food and you're shopping for a meal, like you get your veg and your meats, and then you do all your meals in the same sort of, and then you go to like pastas and rices. You do it in stages.
Yep.
In the supermarket that we went to, there was stuff that I needed that was on another floor, but the other end of the shop. And this was like a superstore. And just the layout was just confusing.
Okay. So
Also, milk. No one does does
got
milk
a
like
real-
the UK.
you've got a real problem with the French milk.
No one wants UHT milk.
Oh, yeah, the Europeans. There's three things that Europeans love. Graffiti. They do it like nowhere else in the world. Puffer jackets. And UHT milk. They absolutely love it.
Yeah. And like for some reason the milk is in a different section to all the other refrigerated stuff.
Yeah.
Why does that make sense?
Doesn't.
You don't crack open a milk and just leave it in the cupboard.
Let this warm
Put
up.
it where it belongs.
Get this to room temperature.
Anyway, that's mainly Tesco and Sainsbury's win that one.
Well, here's my question. Do you know on the internet, anyone that does TikTok or Instagram, you should start with a hook.
Yeah.
I think this is the worst hook. I'm going to put this on TikTok. I think this is the worst hook that you, the viewer, will hear today. When you write your shopping list, do you write it in meal preference? So like you go, Monday we're having this, this, this. Or do you go by the layout of the shop?
Layout of the shop.
So that's what I do.
Well, I write it in meal first, and then I transpose it.
You do two lists?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's
I got 3
efficient.
lists going. I got a head list as well.
You've got a want, a need, and then you've got...
I got a spur. I leave room for spur of the moment purchases.
So I've started to do like the list in order of the way that the shop goes. Scuppers you when you go to a different shop, or Aldi have had a bit of a refit recently.
Yep.
You go to an old Aldi, screwed.
Yep. This one where England abysmally fails. Public transport.
Oh yeah, mate, absolutely.
The entirety of Europe beats England in public transport.
Absolutely. When we went to London, we looked at trains, return, £200 was like the minimum cheapest ticket
Yeah.
first class standard, regardless. £200. How does anyone?
One day, that's a return.
Yeah, how do people do this like daily commute thing to London?
I don't know.
The state of, I'm calling on the politicians. And
It's
the people that know what they're doing.
abysmal. My friend who
Shocking.
lives in Barcelona spends £20 a month on his train.
That's a joke.
You go on one day in the tube in London, that's 20 quid. Gone.
Yeah, we're in a bad way.
And they're always late and full and dirty.
Yep,
Though in Paris, they had double-decker trains.
I love those.
Yeah, we are falling behind.
Yep.
I've also got some top tips for making Disney a better experience.
Oh, come on, all for this.
Number one, if you have a small child, now I define small child of any child who's going to struggle to walk 28,000 steps a day.
I was going to say human steps.
Yeah.
Adult steps.
Yep. Let that be to your
Because
discretion.
for them, that's like 56,000.
I would say under 6, take a buggy
Take a buggy.
or hire one. That you can hire them when you're there. Honestly, lifesaver. I was really reluctant because I was like, she doesn't need a boat. She's not been in one for years. Best move. 100% the best move. It means you can enjoy the park longer and they don't get as tired. They can chill out. Lovely. Manage expectations about toys. Every ride ends at a gift shop
Oh, yeah.
and they're very expensive.
Yep.
I thought of a great idea when I was there. I thought about before I go, if we ever go again, next time I'm going to say, Mickey Mouse has sent you a personalised gift. But unfortunately, it's not going to get delivered until we get home.
I thought of a great idea. Just lie to your kids.
How things have slipped. I've spent so much money at Disneyland, but a lot of the stuff is just nostalgic tap.
Yep.
There are some good stuff there.
I'm like here first.
Yeah, I'm all for some of the things, like memories, sure.
Yeah.
We bought a blanket, cost too much. It's lovely though. All I'm saying is manage expectations about gifts. And I put a sub quote: buy Disney clothes before you go.
Oh, did you do the ear thing?
No.
I feel sorry for the blokes that were walking around with Mickey Mouse ears on.
Oh, yeah.
And you know they've sort of been. I imagine some of them love it, but there's some that have just been talked into. We are all doing it. We are all wearing the ears, you included.
So I would do it if my daughter, if it was a big thing for Noah. If it was like really big for her that we all had Mickey Mouses, I would do it.
I would not.
But it's not. I don't ever imagine that being that much of a big thing.
Yeah.
She doesn't care about what I wear. She's a 4-year-old.
Fair enough.
Number 4 or 3.5. Food is abysmal. I've said that before. Bring a packed lunch. And why it's abysmal, I put 3 sub-points. You can tell I was passionate about this one. Variety, substance, and price. All abysmal.
Yep.
2 days is enough.
Ooh.
Disney Paris. You could probably do it in one day. Just don't listen to the... I went on YouTube before, and on TikTok. Everyone's like, take a week if you can. That's extortionate. 2 days, smash it all out, go home.
We did 2 days and found it all right.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. That's my top tips.
But they are valuable tips. They're good tips. I think anyone going to Disneyland Paris, if you've booked for a week, cancel it.
Well,
Take 3 days off.
save yourself like £1,000. Go to Centre Parks. It's cheapest accommodation. And then you get to enjoy Centre Parks 3 days afterwards.
You heard it here first. So England is generally worse than France.
Yeah, I think at this point, the only reason that we're still here is because of family and education. And work and a house. But they don't really count.
I'm going to chip in with one. Said it again recently. Middle lane drivers. Done a lot of driving recently.
Do they not exist anywhere else?
Oh man, we're so bad for it. Like I'm genuine. I'm ashamed of the British public for the way that we hog the middle lane and the way that when there's 4, people sit in the third lane. And I've got to the point now where I've not got road rage. I'm not a road rager. But I do look at people. I do stare them. I do look at them as I go past. And it's a sort of, I'm not angry, I'm disappointed approach to just
To make eye contact.
Well, as much as I can with it being safe on the motorway. But I do that thing of when they look across at me, I look back. So they know.
They know.
They know, but also I don't have that awkward situation because I'm not assertive enough.
What you should do is when you go under a bridge or a thing that's got signs on, flash your headlights. So it looks like a speeding ticket.
I think a lorry driver did that to me once. Yeah, I cacked myself.
I don't know if that's legal. Just saying. If it's not, I didn't say it.
Yeah, don't do that.
No.
Yeah, don't do that. Okay. Edit that bit out. Well, I'm glad you had a great time.
Lovely time.
Are you still jet lagged from the 1 hour?
Yes.
You were jet lagged before you went, weren't you?
I think it was.
Thank you so much for listening to the Parenting Tools podcast. We've been the Parenting Tools. If you want to follow us on social media, you can at Parenting Tools Pod. And we'll see you next week for another episode.
Sweet, I'm so